Hello, sixth graders. Again, we're looking at surface area of triangular prisms, which the basic idea is we're going to find the area of each of the polygon faces that make up this triangular prism. We have 2 triangles and 3 rectangles. And once we find the area of all of the 5 sides, we're going to add them together. So yesterday our homework was this sheet, surface area triangular prisms using nets. We had a quick review of some of the different shapes that we've been working with before we went into actually calculating the surface area. I did this one in the video yesterday, but just a quick run through again. If we unfold this prism, we end up with those 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. And so trying to keep our work neat and organized, I found the area of each triangle using the formula base times height divided by 2. You could always use area equals base times height times 1/2, or 1/2 times base times height as well. And on this particular example, 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. So each of those triangles had an area of 6 square centimeters. And then the rectangles, the 3 rectangles, each had some different dimensions on this one. They all had a base of 11, and then they had a height of either, in this case, 3, 4, or 5. So they were 33 square centimeters, 44 square centimeters, and 55 square centimeters. So then I add all those together. Here's the 3 rectangles. I actually took a little shortcut here with 2 triangles together being 12. And I had the entire surface area of this 3-dimensional solid, this triangular prism, at 144 square centimeters. So real quick, looking at the second page, this one, again, same with the first page. We had a bonus of our triangle that made up the base being a right triangle, because that is then the base and height of the triangle then are the 2 legs that make up the right angle. Okay, so we did that again here on this second one. Because it's a right triangle, the base and height of this triangular face are 9 and 12. So I did 12 times 9 divided by 2. Again, you could also do 1/2 times 12 times 9. Either way, you're going to end up at 54 square centimeters. And I have 2 of those triangles. So I, again, kind of just repeated that same process. And that gave me each of the triangular sides, triangular bases. And then I have 3 rectangles. And when I unfold it, I see the 3 different rectangles of 12 by 8, 15 by 8, and 9 by 8. Again, on the net, it's here's our 12 by 8, here's our 15 by 8, and here's our 9 by 8. Okay, so I did all of those multiplications because for a rectangle, it's just area equals base times height. So 8 by 15, 8 by 12, 8 by 9. And when I get the 2 triangles at 54, and each of the 3 rectangular sides at 120, 96, and 72, I add them all together for a total of 396 square centimeters. This was another one I did yesterday while in the video, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. It just had a decimal in it, and it wasn't a right triangle. Right, so we had a different height of that triangular side. Right, the base was 10, the height was 8.3. And you can see all the work adding it up. This is a 0.0, it's kind of right on the line there, but 503.0 square centimeters. Then we get to the last page. This is a similar triangular prism here where it does not have a right triangle for the triangular face. Okay, so it was nice that in the net there it kind of reminded us that this is a right angle. Showing us here this is the height of that triangle at 6 centimeters. So the height of that triangle is 6 centimeters. The base of that triangle is 4 centimeters. So base times height divided by 2 would be 4 times 6 divided by 2, which ends up being 12 square centimeters for the area of each of those triangular bases there. The remaining lateral sides, the rectangles, in this case are 12 by 7, 12 by 4, and 12 by 7. And 12 by 7, 12 by 4, 12 by 7. So when I add this all together, I end up with 12 plus 12 plus 84 plus 48 plus 84, 240 square centimeters. And then drawing in this last net. Remember, this net wasn't here on the original assignment. We had to kind of unfold it. I mentioned it's going to look, I mean, all of these look real similar to each other, but it'll look real similar to this first one because it is a right triangle again that makes up the base. So this is actually a right angle right in here. Okay. And if you look at that triangle, it has a base of 5 and a height of 8. So here's my base of 5 and my height of 8. The width between the two triangles is 3, which means that's the width between the width of each rectangle. 3, 3, and 3. You can see that this first rectangle is 3 by 9.4. So that's here, 3 by 9.4. This other side here of 3 by 8. 8 by 3. Here's 8, right, by 3. And then the last one here is 5. Here's our 5 by 3. Okay. So then we just repeat the same process. The triangles again are 8 by 5. Base times height divided by 2, so that's 40 divided by 2 is 20. And then our triangles, or I'm sorry, our rectangles, we had this long one of 9.4 by 3, which is 28.2 square centimeters, 8 by 3, which is 24, and 5 by 3, which is 15. We add all those together, we end up with a total of 107.2 square centimeters. Again, if this is still a topic that we're struggling with a little bit, you can go back and watch the video from yesterday on surface area of triangular prisms, where I kind of go into greater detail on the process. Have a great rest of your day.